Dios enchi maniavu sime yo tahtia. Haisa me aneka yo machuk. My name is Robert Valencia Jr., and the purpose of this video today is to share some voter data with you from the last two Pascua Yaqui Tribe of Arizona election cycles. We're talking about the years 2020 and 2016. The data that we're looking at right here was provided by the Pascua Yaqui Tribe of Arizona's Enrollment Department. I sourced this from their webpage. What we want to pay attention to here is the number of members living. Now, I know that we've all had loved ones who have passed away, and my condolences to everyone. But if we take that 21,000 figure and we subtract the 4,000 figure from our tribal membership from between the ages of 0 and 18, we come to about 17,000 tribal members who are eligible to vote. So let's talk about the 2016 Pascua Yaqui Tribe of Arizona election cycle. I'd like to explain this pie chart a little bit better. From the data set that we got for the 2016 PYT elections, I combined two categories: New Pascua plus New Pascua early voting, and I did the same with Guadalupe plus Guadalupe early voting. The other thing I did besides combine some polling sites is that I also took the total number of votes casted at each polling site and I divided it by 11, since that's the number of candidates that we can vote for at one time. This is a approximate figure here, only because the data sets are about 6, 7 years apart. But this is just to give you a ballpark figure of the percentage of eligible Pascua Yaqui tribal members who voted in the 2016 election. This pie chart represents voter data that we collected for 2020. What I did with this was I also combined polling sites. For example, New Pascua is combined with uh, day of voting and early voting. The same can be said for Old Pascua and Guadalupe. The biggest difference between 2020 and 2016 that you can see is the absentee voting. Remember that we were in the midst of a pandemic, so we had to kind of shift the way that we voted. If we take into account the same assumptions that we did for the 2016 election cycle, we can see that despite having a pandemic, the actual number of voters actually increased by 1.5% in the 2020 election cycle. I would love to hear some of the takeaways that you've had based on this data from 2020 and 2016. What are some of the ways that we can increase voter participation in our Pascua Yaqui tribal elections? Looking forward to all the interaction and all the collaboration, and best of luck to all the candidates this election cycle.